when people talk about self-sabotage, or when people experience, and you likely have experienced this, everyone has experienced this, where you feel like you have two desires that are conflicting, that are fighting with one another. This war that we find within us, this resistance. I know I should work out, I do not feel like working out. And so all sorts of things there's things that we know we should do, but we can't somehow find it within ourselves to do it. And oftentimes it's thought that the answer is willpower. If I just had a stronger will to just plow through that resistance, then I'd be able to do that thing that I want to do. Now, I suggest that there's a different way. If you can identify what that resistance is, and if you can work with it, then it will just melt away, and that makes it much easier to move towards becoming that person you want to be. So how do you do that? See, oftentimes when we feel that there's different values that are conflicting, different important things that are conflicting amongst us, what usually happens is if you really dig deep down, these are called strategies. These strategies are ways that we are trying to fulfill our values, and the values are deeper. But you see, values don't inherently conflict with each other. And so what usually happens is from our values, I form one strategy. From this value, I form another strategy. And unfortunately, these strategies conflict. And so if you can identify the deeper values, then what happens is you can then form a strategy that's going to be congruent between these two values. It's going to work with both of them. And that is how you want to move forward through resistance.